What's up? You guys let me know if you can hear me. Sorry, I had a little trouble getting this new setup on. Sorry. Can you hear me? Let me know. Yes, I was just showing off my collection on the live stream. That's all. Can you hear me? Let me move this over here. What's up? What's up? Sorry, it was a little of a misfire. Hey, what's up? What's Paramount doing? We're going to get into all that stuff. Just let me know if you can hear me with my new mic setup and everything. All right, good. You can hear me loud and clear. Good. All right, give me 1 second to get this up. Good, loud and clear. A little surprise live stream. I surprised myself because I didn't know it was up already. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Let's see if I can get this thing on here. Hold on 1 second. Let everybody know we're here. I didn't even get the thumbnail up there. We just came in hot from my daughter's performance tonight. So let me get that off my ear so I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Hey, yeah, love sneaky live streams. I didn't plan it, but we were up busy all day and out at my daughter's theatrical performance, and I didn't get my video up today, so I just wanted to get on and talk, and there's a lot to talk about anyway. So I figured, what the heck, we'll see who's here. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's still a lot to talk about with that, and I am not happy, and I am getting more and more of a feeling that this is not going to happen, though. I'm getting more and more of a feeling this is not going to happen. Let me get this out here to everyone. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, you guys. I apologize. All right, looks like we're out there. Let me tell everybody we're live now. I actually got the thumbnail up there. I did make it. I just didn't get it up. But there is a lot of serious stuff going on. Yo, Movie Mask, my man Jason in the house. Will, what's up? Paramount would 1,000,000% be better. We're going to talk about why a little more. Of course, I went over everything in my video, but I still think a lot of people, I don't know, you can kind of tune out on a video like that. So I wanted to kind of get on here and talk about it. Plus, there's been some more things. And to be honest, there's a lot of ridiculous, like there's a lot of things that don't go together. There's peanut butter, no jelly, ham, no burger, all that kind of stuff, and some stuff that just doesn't make sense overall. And everybody wants to drag politics into this, just like everything else. And that's like, sometimes just get that out of it and think about it from a what's good for this perspective. Not don't bring any of your politics in it from one way or the other. And that just seems so hard for people to do these days, and it clouds judgment and rational thinking. But I mean, if you really look at this, there is bipartisan support against this. So I don't think, my fingers are crossed that it gets shot down by by the letter of the law, it should probably get shot down because you have the number one biggest streamer trying to swallow up the number two biggest streamer. And that should be 100% a no-no. This should be a no-no. Let's see here. Try to get some of these pulled up. All right. Trying to pull up some of these articles. Sorry I didn't have it pulled up already. Let's see. All right, here we go. My gosh, there's a million pop-ups on this thing. All right, I'm going to turn you guys' comments on so they're coming over there. So this was 2 days ago. So this is like old news by comparison right now. But there's been a lot of stuff that's come out today. They're like, oh, well, Trump met with the head of Netflix. And you've got, it's like, I was talking to my boy, Why So Bluetooth. Take your politics out of it and think about it for a minute. All things can't be true. Excuse me. You can't say that Paramount is basically just going to be an extension of Trump and I don't want it because of that and all that kind of stuff. And then at the same time say, well, he's making the Netflix thing happen too. Like he can't be all things at once. Like it can't be all things at once. It just cannot be. But the reason, I mean, Trump already came out and said that this was going to be under a lot of scrutiny. You have cross aisle stuff now. You have Elizabeth Warren, who's come out. You have against this. You have Republican senators, Democratic senators, all of this stuff. You also have the word that Netflix sort of, it's allegedly they did some things you're not supposed to, Warner Brothers and Netflix, because apparently the word is Paramount actually made a better offer twice. And Warner Brothers poo-pooed it. And then as soon as they got basically a nickel more from Netflix, they jumped. So they were slow playing it to basically to make the bid favorable to Netflix. You can't do that. Especially when you have shareholders. I mean, there's a lot of things that are just odd about this. And then there's the whole idea that Netflix doesn't really want it. They just want to tie it up for the next couple of years and basically stranglehold down theatrical and stuff like that, which is really nefarious. Yeah, Paramount came in old school. Cash, and get ready because Paramount has already sent out something to their shareholders saying this is not done. Paramount is not only preparing to fight it legally because of the way they did with the bids, they're about to make a higher bid with cash, and they're going to go straight to the shareholders, straight to the stockholders with it. So it's going to be a hostile bid with more money. And it's starting to look, and I hope it doesn't. I'm not typically a fan of government get involved in free market, but in this situation, if Netflix gets this, it will absolutely not only kill the theaters, it will kill so many businesses economically downstream. And I had a lot of people on my video say, well, I don't like Hollywood anyway. Hollywood sucks. Hollywood this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, guys, you don't get it. literally your local concession vendors that supply movie theaters, the local electricians that wire stuff up, the people who sell the sound equipment into theaters. All this affects all of them. All of them. This isn't just big Hollywood. But the fact is, now you have the Writers Guild, the Directors Guild, the Producers Guild, all opposing this vehemently. You have Trump saying it's going to be scrutinized, and you have bipartisan support from senators on both sides of the aisle, and you have a group of Hollywood A-listers going to Trump asking him to stop this. So it seems like the only people in the world that want this to happen is Netflix and two guys at Warner Brothers. Not even all of Warner Brothers, just a couple of guys at the top. So it's very, here's the reason why I don't care. And as I said this on my video, I don't care about the politics. Like, look, I don't care if it was Trump, Obama, Biden. I don't care who it is. If they're in there and they're asking studios to make more movies and old school movies like in the 80s and 90s and put them out at the theater in more physical media, I'm supporting them. 100% supporting them. So I don't care about that. I really just don't. But it's getting, maybe there. It's getting really, people lose their mind. They can't think straight with it. Like, think rationally. There is no benefit. Think about this. People are like, oh, well, the guy at Netflix, Ted Sarandos, or however you say his name, he said that they would, still put movies out at the theaters. No, he didn't. He said that the stuff that was already committed, planned to go to the theaters would go, but that they would shorten release windows. Think of how short release windows already are. Like 7 to 10 days, a weekend, that he's going to do the bare minimum to fulfill that contract. And then he's never putting them out there again, because it's the same reason that we have a harder time getting from Disney. Now, we're going to get to that, why it's not completely the same as Disney. But the reason that they're not going to put stuff out on physical media, first of all, he said it's nothing but clutter. Physical media is nothing but clutter. He's not going to put stuff out at the theater and on physical media. Why? Because if they own it, you're taking away value from their streaming service. If every single title that they release out on physical media or in the theater that could be proprietary for their service, they are devaluing their service in their eyes. That's exactly it. Because if you can buy, if Roadhouse, if the only place you could watch Roadhouse or the new Wicked movie, which Wicked's a different story, but let's just say the only place you could watch the new Wicked movie in the world, or the only place that you could watch the new Zootopia in the world, was on Netflix. You had to have a Netflix subscription to watch it. Why do they have any incentive to put that in the theater or on physical media when they get where they get money from it once? Instead, they can hold it hostage basically behind a paywall, a subscription paywall. And you got to pay. You got to sign up to watch it. And they got you. They got you for at least a month. And then they know that most people will just stay, and they'll at least get 2 or 3 months out of them before they even forget to turn it off. So they're not. It'll be the death of it all. Anybody who argues against that, you're not paying attention. I mean, the guy's over there laughing. He said physical media was nothing but clutter and useless, and the theater is an outdated model, and he's going to shrink the release window even more for the stuff that's already committed. He's not going to do any of that. No, that's not the same. Because one, the studios look for awards. That's number one. Number two, they're legacy studios. They are in bed basically with theaters, and they use the theaters as basically a giant billboard for look how successful this is, and they collect so much money from it. I mean, don't get it twisted. They are still it's still hundreds of billions of dollar industry. So no, it's completely different. Their streamings are tiny fractions of their studios, tiny fractions of their studios. They're a small part of their studio. Netflix is not a studio, they are a streaming service and content creator. So it's a completely different thing. They are not interested in that other model. That other model still is a big part of those studios, where streaming is just a part of what they do. Netflix is a streamer first and foremost. It is a big difference. Very, very big. Because think about it. When did the studios have the most money? The studios made the most money when they had theatrical runs that were 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and more. Then they had what they call a blackout period of anywhere between 30 and 90 days before they released to video rental. And then video rental had a 30 to 60 day window before it released for sale. So they had all these revenue creating windows. That's when they had the most money. And then streaming came along and they thought, this is the way we can do that. And then they found out, no, you can't. They're all losing money. They're all losing money. I have no idea. I have no idea. And here's the other thing that worries me. As long as this goes on, you could see Warner Brothers really gear down the amount of releases they have to put out. They could really slow it down. And so they're putting out a tons of stuff on physical media. They could slow that way down. They have the most, they had, at least until Avatar comes out, they have the biggest year at the box office. They could throttle all that down and play a waiting see game. And by the time it's over with, it could kill everything anyway. And in the meantime, you could see physical media, Warner Brothers release prices skyrocket. Not only that, as I said in the video, if you continue to go down the line, you have these companies like Arrow Video that the biggest thing they're holding on to is they have this deal with Warner Brothers for all these titles. If they still allow that to finish out, Netflix is not going to renew that. You can forget it. They're not going to renew that for all the reasons I just said. So that will hurt Arrow Video. And we just lost Screen Factory, kind of, from what they were. They're not the same. We can't have Arrow Video taking a huge hit, too. So, I mean, it's, oh, man, it is that bad. It is that bad. And somebody was like, oh, stop being dramatic. It's like, it's just the facts of it. It's the facts. Meanwhile, you have Paramount and Comcast Universal that both had a stated commitment, particularly Paramount, but both of them had a stated commitment to up theatrical releases, to up physical media. They have, I mean, Groove is basically Universal and Warner Brothers put together. So you had them both. Did I lose it? Can you guys still hear me? Let me know if you can still hear me. So, I mean, it's literally worst case scenario. How am I being dramatic? Tell me where I am wrong. Don't just drop some bullshit and say you're being dramatic. Tell me where I'm wrong. Because if you're just going to drop that, then you've got no argument at all. You go ahead and give me your argument. Explain. Don't run and be a little punk ass. Tell me how it's not. Tell me how it's not a worst case scenario. You can't, because I just gave you the facts and you can look up the facts. Dude, the quotes are from The CEO of Netflix. They are from the CEO of Netflix. I'm not getting my feelings hurt, but I am not going to sit here and I gave zero fact. Listen, all right, here, bitch. Hold on one second. You know, it takes you 2 seconds to go and look up stuff. 2 seconds. I'm the wrong person on this platform to come to without having your facts backed up. What's this say right here? He has long opposed the traditional exclusive theatrical window, calling it outdated and consumer unfriendly. What? Did he just say that, or was I just making that up? Was I making that up? Netflix is already saying what we didn't want to hear. It's not, that has nothing to do with why they're dying. They're dying because they've been making shit movies to try to appease other people and other things. And they've been trying to make content to keep up with streamers, which is exactly the opposite of what Comcast Universal and Paramount wanted to do. Meanwhile, Paramount single-handedly saved the theaters. How did they do that? How did they do that? Anybody know how they save theaters? You want to know how they save theaters? That's it right there. And guess what they wanted to do? They want Paramount and Comcast Universal. Universal is listen, Universal is already tied to Warner Brothers. They were already out there, and with a IP partnership in their theme parks, they're already tied to them. Okay, release it again and see if it works. Do you know this was only a couple years ago, number one? Well, how about this? How about this? How about that? They re-released a 20-year-old movie, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, and it hit number one. It made a $42 million in its first weekend, in less than 2 weeks out. Now, he's not a troll. He's just like people who comment, and they want to comment because they think they know stuff. They read a headline somewhere, or they have their panties in a bunch because of however their political feelings are one way or the other. And I don't care about politics. I care about movies. All right. So I have a master's in political science. I left that shit a long time ago. I do not care. It is movies. And I want to save movies. Netflix will kill them. They will kill them the way you know them. One of the most iconic, dude, just keep trying. Just keep trying. You're in the wrong place, punk. Because if you can't come with facts and all you can do is come with troll bait, mouth running, you're out. Well, that's it. You know, if it isn't a 30-second TikTok reel, that, you know, he can play with. Oh yeah, I have a master's of being stuck in the past. That's why I'm the only one saying this is bad, right? It's not like it has cross partisan support. It's not like the Writers Guild, the Directors Guild, and the Producers Guild, James Cameron, and literally hundreds of A-listers that sent a email letter to the administration. It's not like they're all saying the same thing, right? It just must be me. It just must be me. Right? It's just me. That's it right there. He is the perfect example of the modern audience. Me too. I have a master's in opening my eyes and literally listening. Like, do you know what it takes? I made a post on my Instagram. This might actually be the thing that unites us. Whoever thought that it might be movies that unite us all? It's getting bipartisan support. It's getting across both sides of the aisle saying, no, this will destroy movies. We can't have it destroy movies. It's getting every guild to align with each other, movie stars and A-listers to go to the administration. Like, this is, everybody's like, nah, this is not good. This is not good. You do know that their market cap has gone from over 400 billion to 200 billion in change in the past several years, right? They're doing so good in the climate, right? Yeah, they still got a lot of money. They're about worth half as much as they were just a few years ago. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. It's like, do you not care? Like, I mean, do you not care about movies? I don't, like, why are you even on something like this if you don't care about movies? And when people come to me, I have no problem with being passionate. I get passionate on my channel all the time. But man, you better have your shit backed up. You better have facts to back up your opinions and your righteous indignation or your smart ass troll stuff or whatever. You better come at me with facts. You better come with facts. I'll listen to you if you got facts. I'll tell you if you make a good point. Well, and here's the thing, though. Netflix CEO at this point, and I put all these articles in my video. So you can go and look. I showed them in my video on it. The Netflix CEO, he won't even commit to allowing the brand name of HBO to exist after this happens. He won't even allow. That's a major brand that's been around for 50 years or so. I mean, really? Georgia is looking very tough at the right time. The dogs made my back hurt watching that. Like, I'm like, man, they're hitting some people out there. He's extremely arrogant and he wants what he wants and he projects it out onto other people. All you have to do is look. They don't care about quality of anything. They don't care about quality. They care about content and churn and getting a new subscriber to turn into a long subscriber. And if they lose that subscriber, they just need to get another one. So all they do is try to keep putting enough stuff out to get you to stay. They don't really want to invest in anything long term outside the few select things that they think that they can milk over the long term that will keep you signed up. Everything else, the reason that you'll get great shows on there, you'll get a good show. It'll last 1 or 2 seasons and they cancel it. Some show. My man Tyler was in the main a show on here. Tyler Main was in Jupiter Ascending or something like that, like sort of a quasi like superhero story. And they canceled that before the first season premiered and then premiered it. And it was a good show. It was pretty good. But here's the thing. They want the buzz of new stuff coming out to get people to sign up and get them hooked. And then they don't want to keep investing in it. It's easier. Think of it as making TikTok reels versus making long form videos. You can keep churning out a bunch of TikTok reels for the time and effort that it takes to make one long form YouTube video. Now, that YouTube video long form is going to be much more interesting to watch. It's going to have more production value, more information in it, all that kind of stuff. But whoever sees it, that audience is all you're getting. You've got more of a chance if you keep throwing out TikTok reels, you keep throwing out reels every few minutes, you've got more chances to get more people to come in there and see it. That's basically Netflix's approach. And Crystal, I saw you in here. Sorry. Hey, Crystal. Yeah, there. Well, that's the other problem is they can't. But it's because of residuals. There was like a rash of time right there that a bunch of these streaming services realized we can write off stuff and destroy it, get rid of it, take it off there, so we don't have to pay the residuals on it during crunch time of money. Now here is the problem. If Netflix owns all of Warner Brothers' library, now see, Warner Brothers didn't get rid, they just took Netflix off the platform. They didn't destroy it. Netflix and Disney Plus is guilty of this too. They've destroyed things completely, like completely erased them from the face of the planet in order to take a tax write-off on them. Now imagine Netflix has access to the entire library of Warner Brothers, and they say, you know what? Nobody's ever going to miss Green Lantern, right? Nobody cares about Green Lantern. We don't ever need to use him again. Let's erase every show, cartoon, everything that ever had Green Lantern, every movie, everything that had Green Lantern in it, every comic book, and we can take a few $billion tax cut and get rid of it. Or let's say they say, you know what, Nightmare on Elm Street, because that's coming with it, or Lord of the Rings. This made all the money it's ever going to make. We could take a $50 billion tax credit if we got rid of it. They had the power to do that. It's money sitting in the bank for them. There's nothing to stop them from doing it. There's no legacy. They didn't build it. Yeah, they have a ton in the catalog, a ton. I think if you combine it all, I think I put it in the video. I can't remember. I want to say it's like over 26,500 titles, or mildly dyslexic. You can look, it might be 15,600, 16,500, 26,500, 25,600. It's something like that. Titles. It's a ton. Because by proxy, they own I think New Line and several other things like that too. So they even have their mitts on Rocky, and Rocky was originally MGM, but somehow they're tied into Rocky. Oh, it won't bite them, Beetlejuice. If they do this, they're going to walk out with billions of profit. Billions. They're going to profit big time. It won't hurt them. They don't care. Or at least two of the guys up there making in power don't care. I wish, man. I am getting more and more of a feeling that it's going to get stopped, though. I don't even know if this will. Everything's behind a damn paywall now. So this just broke 45 minutes ago, so almost since we've been on here. Let's see. So this is just 45 minutes ago, 7:23 p.m. Trump says Netflix Warner deal could be a problem. The president adds, "I'll be involved in the decision." So I'm not able to read the whole thing. He starts to go out what he's already pointed out, that they have too big of a market share on streaming. No more Diego. No more of my sweet baby boy Diego. One guy on YouTube that always calls him that, messing around. I have no idea, but that's the thing. Netflix isn't interested in publishing. Look, if he thinks that physical media is nothing but clutter, I can only imagine what he thinks about comic books and publishing. He's got no interest in that. And I know someone said, "Oh, well, he said that they could maybe make Netflix theaters and call them Netflix houses." There is zero financial benefit to them investing billions of dollars into building a bunch of Netflix theaters when they could just leave it on their streaming. You can't get it anywhere else. You have to pay them, and they got to invest nothing for it. There is literally no financial benefit for them to do that. If this goes through, it will be the end, though. I mean, and there's people calling me dramatic, but like I said, I guess everyone in the Screen Actors Guild, the Writers Guild, Directors Guild, everyone, all these Congress people on both sides of the aisles, James Cameron, all these people, I get all these A-listers that contacted Trump. I guess they're all just being dramatic too. I've never seen Hollywood and Congress so united on something. But yeah, he said that he wouldn't commit to the brand being around. So Sarandis, or however you say his name, which I mean really sucks. I did pre-order those as well. That's it. Listen, I don't like a lot of things Warner Brothers is doing, but they've still put out the most movies at the theater. Listen, I'm not that big of a merger guy. I like competition in the market. I don't know if I'm going to cross genres here for just a second. So back in the 80s and 90s, wrestling was huge, right? I mean, some people still watch it, still big now. It's nothing what it was. 80s and 90s, it was huge. What happened? The WWE, WWF, they bought out WCW. They took it over. There was no competition anymore pushing each other, right? There was no competition pushing each other. And so both products diminished because of it. You got nothing to push you. It's the same reason you need same reason you get better results if you have a workout partner. If there's nothing to push you, then you see what I'm saying? Like the more we have these mergers, the more 10 companies becomes 5 companies, becomes 3 companies, becomes 2. There's nothing. I say the same thing about physical media boutiques getting retracted, like with Screen Factory. The less there is, the lesser the quality can be, the more control they have, and the more they can charge for it. It's competition that keeps quality high, prices low. And it keeps more accessibility. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't think Vandy can keep it up. Vandy has, they are graduating 49 seniors and a combination of 49 seniors and graduate students. So literally half their roster. 30 starters, counting offense, defense, and special teams. That was the stat I heard. That's massive turnover. Yeah, don't mess with our show. That's it. Yeah, yeah. If you want crappy audio and let's not forget they even altered. They alter stuff. They alter content. Streamers are bad about this. Let's see, where was it? I put most of these articles on here on my video so that I wouldn't have to remember them. But let's look. So yeah, Netflix, and they caught a lot of flack for it. They altered Back to the Future Part 2 in 2020. They changed a version where he's looking at the Ooh La La magazine. Unilaterally changed it. All right. Well, they got Steven Spielberg and Zemeckis angry. Steven Spielberg already, he laments the fact that they talked him in at the time to change in the guns to CB radios in the hands of ET. And now he's on the complete opposite side of the spectrum about altering films because he's like, that's one of the worst mistakes I've ever made. And then Netflix did this, and Bob Gale, the writer, and all that kind of stuff, they brought the hammer down on Netflix. And Netflix tried to say they didn't edit it. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So they got caught, and it was eventually put back. But yeah, they do that stuff all the time, and you never know what they're trying to get away with. You do know they can cancel any show at any time, and I just randomly picked a example. I could have said Superman. It didn't. The example was pointless. I wonder what it must be like to have such a low IQ. Yeah, now everybody wants to. So that they've got that going now. They'll merch stuff to death, and that's the kind of stuff they'll try to milk out, like they've done with Stranger Things. The reason they've milked Stranger Things out so long is A, it's expensive, and B, they know once Stranger Things is finally done, and this is why they stopped putting Stranger Things out on physical media. Once it's done, they know a lot of people are going to cancel. It's the same thing that happened with the Cobra Kai. I know people that work on Cobra Kai that were starting Cobra Kai. They stretched Cobra Kai out those last couple of seasons for the same reason. Like, so they stretch that stuff out, trying to keep you signed up, and they don't put it out on physical media because then why do you need to say subscribe to them if that's the only reason you're subscribed? Uh, but see, I don't like. So what are you saying? You got to realize that movies aren't going to last forever. Why would you accept that? Well, I mean, why would you accept that idea? to me, it's the same thing as when people say, "Oh, it's just because you're old. Oh, you're older, so it's different now. We're just older." That is always to me, the lazy way out of saying, oh, "I just don't feel like doing anything about it. I don't feel like arguing. I don't feel like standing up for the things I think are right, and for the things that I value." You always find me doing that, even if it's to my detriment. Oh man, once you listen to that's the big one. I mean, the video's bad enough, but they can't touch audio. And once you listen to the Atmos from a disc and surround from a disc, no way, man. They should take that away. Right. I know. Like that's see when you beat someone in a debate, that's the kind they have to go to straw man arguments and things like that. Insults and irrationalities are the last recourse of the defeated. Yeah, Sears Kmart's blue light special. I have seen Torso. I have seen Torso. I actually have it over here. It was on one of my lists not that long ago. It was like right before spooky season. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I love doing the seasonal stuff. Like, and if you're new here, like, I go heavy into Halloween season and I go heavy into Thanksgiving and fall and Christmas time stuff. And then in January, we start to kind of go back to more normal stuff. I do like a lot of cold weather stuff and New Year outlook kind of stuff and everything. But I always touch seasonal a little bit, no matter what season we're in. But there'll be more genre breadth of genre discussions after the first of the new year. I actually have some big plans for some lists after after Christmas, stuff leading into the new year. And I'll break a little spoiler tonight. So you guys know that I don't know, 3 months ago or so, I stopped doing, or 3, 4 months ago now, 4 months probably, I stopped doing physical media on the channel. It's all for my Patreon and YouTube channel members. But I had something pull me out of retirement. It's going to be a one-time special on the channel. I recorded the video. This box set, I got both of them. Hit me right in the childhood feels, and there will be a full 4K review and discussion on the channel of this one coming up in the next couple of days. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 3 Kmarts, baby, hanging on. Yeah, I think there's getting to be so much going against it. I think it's going to have a hard time. Daniel's my man. Hey, Becca. Becca says, I grew up around the theaters. Everything Chase saying is true. Also, taking movies from showing in the theaters is taking away stuff for kids, too. More time for trouble. It's 100%. It's things that are culturally relevant, but as I keep trying to get people to look beyond just the movie, just beyond the Hollywood people, the directors, the writers, all that stuff, all the people behind the camera that you never see, that key grip over there, all that kind of stuff. Look beyond just them being affected and think on your local level. People who own the property where that movie theater is, the people who build the movie theater, the people who service the concessions, bring the concessions into the movie theater, the people who supply concessions, the people who supply the sound equipment, whoever makes the sound, the people who install it, the electricians, all of that kind of stuff. Man, there are so many people. And then the people who work there at your local level. That's all their jobs, y'all. Like, that's all their jobs. It's so much. It's not just culturally relevant and art and something that should be protected. It is very, very long downstream economic repercussions. Very, very big ones. Got a $2 super chat from Mr. Projo. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you. I know I'm getting behind on the chat. Chase Street with a $5 super chat says, just out of curiosity, did you get Ilsa, harem keeper of the oil sheiks? I did get that. Waiting on it to come in. Disney 100% censored and edited Splash. They edited out some butt crack there, extended the hair down. All right. Let's see. I guess I had enough of the troll. I had enough of the troll. He's bounced, at least for now. Mergers are big time anti-consumer choice. Big time. I'm assuming he's part of that generation that thinks they invented Coke floats. That's all you need to know about the reverence of and knowledge of people. And I'm not saying all people, but when you see the under 30 crowd on TikTok talking about a hack that was invented that's going viral, where you buy a vanilla ice cream and a Coke with no ice from McDonald's, and you put the vanilla ice cream in the Coke, and they're talking about this new hack that's viral. Like, that is a Coke float. That is an ice cream float. You didn't invent that. That's how clueless and ambivalent you are about everything that goes on around you and came before you. Oh, Hamburger the Motion Picture was on one of my videos not long ago. Man, I love that movie. The eating under the table scene. I'll just say that. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Poison Ivy needs a 4K. But anything like, and I'll hear people say, "Oh, well, they're giving us Guillermo del Toro's movie on 4K, and they gave us The Irishman and blah blah." They've licensed out a couple of things, rare things that big filmmakers already had forced it on to start with, and usually it's just a Criterion. They stopped putting things out. They used to put out Netflix. They used to put out Stranger Things, and they stopped when they were like, you know what, this is a big show. We're going to use this to keep people signed up to Netflix for the next 7 years. I'll have to look at that. I'll have to look at that for sure, Carrie. I think that you get people, it shows a lack of intelligence and reverence when the first thing you want to do is dismiss anything that anyone says that's older than you. You shouldn't just dismiss anyone that says something that's younger than you either. But a lot of times, just like the Coke float, like I'm going to dismiss that because you don't know what you're talking about. Ice cream floats have been around forever. Like, what are you talking about? You didn't invent it. It's not a hack. Like, so yeah, that kind of thing will be dismissed, and it will devalue your opinion on anything else. But I also taught high school and junior college kids, so I'm also aware of how that age group thinks. And I have 2 teenagers, and they get lectured just like this. I also mostly teach them at home. Yeah, wrestling is a perfect example. Well, yeah, you can say raw dollars, but are you adjusting for inflation? Wrestling had way greater cultural relevance. Just because you're charging 100 times more for a ticket doesn't mean your product's better. The new world order. That's the thing. Netflix will not take any chances on anything. They are not going to take any chances on anything. Nope. Yeah, I don't think they're ever going to do it. I don't know if they'll ever do it. That's how they can keep people signed up. Right. Everybody, it's like, it's not like everyone, like I said, all these people from opposite sides of politics and economic lines and everything else, they didn't all just say, you know what, we're all going to overreact the exact same way about the exact same thing. Yes, but not because the action or what it shows itself is offensive, but because the crucifix they would find offensive. Yes, but did you hear that they have the original negatives and they, for the 50th year anniversary, are going to release Star Wars in the original unspecialized version in the theaters? I just heard that. I had to check around to see if that was legit, but apparently it is. And does anybody want a peanut? That's the only reason I got YouTube Red then. That's because of Cobra Kai. And I wasn't even going to get it till then because I was so iffy about him doing stuff with Karate Kid. And then Marty told me that it was going to be good and he would show up in the last episode. That's true. I have no idea. Peacock is so small overall. Their streaming is just like, we own this stuff. Let's throw it out here for the most part. That's a good one. I haven't seen that in forever, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it when I get it. Turtle Power. Is there a 4K release I'm looking forward to in 2026? I mean, I have to really like look and see what all is rumored to be coming out. Like so far, the stuff that I'm looking forward to Excalibur coming out, but like hopefully Arrow finally drops Salem's Lot and Red Sonja, which there is a not so good sitting right over there. A not so good old Studio Canal. You can see it because of the microphone. Studio Canal 4K of Red Sonja, and it's not very good. But I'm looking forward to those. I don't know, really like the other stuff from Arrow that I've pre-ordered. I'm just like, okay, I'm cool to have it. Haven't really. House Party getting pushed back from Criterion. I'm looking forward to getting that. But I haven't really like in the past 6 weeks. I haven't really been looking at what's coming out next year or what is even rumored to come out. Yeah, Carrie, you know, that's always the classic, right? To attack, insult, ridicule, mock, and then play the victim. That's a thing. Hey, I appreciate that. Ian Kelly, thank you. The GOAT from Ireland. I would actually love to go to Ireland. I think that'd be cool. Hey, thank you. I see, what do I have coming up? I'll give you guys a spoiler. I got the Ninja Turtles. I got to throw that out here. I hadn't done anything physical media on the channel in a long time, but like I told Brian from the last movie standing and Jason from Movie Mass 4K, I was like, this one I had to do. I recorded the review. It hit me right in my childhood, and so I recorded that, and that's coming. I also have a big, oddly enough, I have a big, like, sort of deep dive video essay style documentary on It's a Wonderful Life and how it basically is both a warning. The reason it's so relevant today is that it's both a warning of our society today and like the rise of this kind of culture right here that we were just dealing with, and how everybody wants to be a know-it-all hero of their own story and all this kind of stuff, but how it also might be the sort of the outline of the way back from being like that. So that's a very different kind of video. I don't know how it will do, but that's more of like what it was when I was teaching film studies. So it's going to be kind of more along those lines. So it'd be the first video like that I've ever done on the channel. I have no idea how to do, but we'll see. So I have both of those videos. I have a best Christmas TV episodes of all time ranking coming. I have the top 25 Christmas movies of all time ranking coming. These are all videos that I'm done and still editing. And I have a retrospective look back at Christmas television episodes, television specials, television variety shows, all that kind of stuff, a retrospective coming. So all these things are coming over like the next 6-7 days. All right, you have a question about my recent top 10 Christmas horror movies. The list is mostly similar to your prior. You talking about to last year's list? Is that what you mean? Is last year's list? So the reason, if that's what you're talking about, I try to be honest on that. Every year as I watch movies, like my taste and opinion can fluctuate. So I go by what it is to me at that time. But as I was doing the list, if you watch the list, and I was making the case for Krampus being on the top 10 list, I really stopped in the middle of that video. I'm like, it should be higher. It should be higher. So it really probably should have been back up there to 5. It gives me a very Spielberg, Joe Dante, Amblin Entertainment vibe. And It really should have been higher. I could have talked myself into putting it back up higher. But yeah, it's like more I watch and like, I've watched these 4Ks. Last year I had never seen the Krampus 4K. I had never seen the Black Christmas 4K last year. So sometimes things just change just a little bit. But overall, I think my top 10. Well, I've recently watched Elves a couple of times, so that kind of got pushed in there a little bit. But overall, it's similar. Yeah, it should be similar. Yeah, Mouth of Madness 4K is totally worth it. Like, you guys that follow me know Arrow, nobody gives me anything for free. I don't get review copies of anything. So you get an unfettered opinion. And just so you know, for the most part, when companies send out review copies, they send out talking points. Not all of them, but some of them do. But I don't have any of that. I buy all my stuff, same as y'all. I don't have any discounts from anybody. So I'm just giving my honest opinion. That's it. We would lose video. We would lose home video and theaters, and they gain total control of one of the most legendary libraries in the history of Hollywood. That is not something I want. And nobody should if you like movies. That very different between having an opinion and being argumentative. Is he back? I might have just put him in timeout. I'm so far behind on the chat, y'all. Sorry. That's it. Don't feed the trolls. Oh, Carrie says, hey, great looking packaging on the Beastmaster. The 4K behind you. What is the 4K picture and audio like? High recommend Beastmaster. I have a sentimental attachment to Beastmaster with my late father, but and Beastmaster is what pulled me back into collecting, that VSU right there. But the Screen Factory one that you can buy right now, it's actually on sale on Amazon. I can put I don't know if anybody on here will watch this. I get like 5 or 10 cents if you guys use my links. But there is a whole page, and I'll just try to link the whole page of Screen Factory stuff on we'll go over it real quick. I'll pop it over here. Boom. Oh shit, I can put it up on the screen, don't I? Nope. There we go. So there is on Amazon, there's a big Screen Factory shout sale right now. Beastmaster is on it, if I'm not mistaken. Right here. It's a high recommend. It's the exact same one. It's the exact same transfer as this one behind me. They literally changed nothing. It is exact same as the one behind me, and it is really good. $27 right now. Buying another copy myself because I got to get every copy of every version of Beastmaster that comes out. But there's some pretty good deals here. You might play a little slipcover roulette, but like high recommend. I mean, friggin' Humanoids from the Deep is one of the sneaky 10 best 4K restorations of 2025. $14, $14.99. So I'll throw this link down there in the comment section or whatever. If you guys want to check it out at all. That's not what we're here for, but since you were asking, there is some good stuff there for sure. I'm on just. Oh, can I not comment down there? I don't know. I've never actually tried to comment. I guess I could drop it. I guess you can't comment on the thing until it's over with. I'll drop it in the chat. You guys want to check it out? I'll drop it at the bottom of the thing in a little bit. Let's see. Oh, I can go put it. It's in the. It'll be in the description now if you guys want to go look. So we're not really in here to cover like sales or anything, but the link to all of them's in there. in the description now. Videodrome is great. That will lead to more bootlegs. It'll lead to more bootlegs. Men at Work has a Blu-ray from MVD. I got it. Let's see. I just got it recently. So it does have a blue. Great movie. I just got it recently. I didn't get the slip with it, but it does have a blue. But I would buy 4K. That's a good movie. Got Keith David, and I'm a massive Keith David fan. And I mean, it's Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez too. But oh man, I am waiting on my Vinegar Syndrome shipment. I think I got him out of there. That's my man, Blockbuster Box Sets. I do have Netflix for now because I do this. I do this, so I can't be uninformed. But now it's going. I bounced him. Frank, what's up? Merry Christmas, my friend. Merry Christmas, my friend. If you know that song, you're a real one. It's Snoopy and the Red Baron, Royal Guardsman, Christmas bells. When the chimes rang out, Merry Christmas, my friend. If you guys haven't subscribed to Frank's Media and Reviews, and you haven't subscribed to at Blockbuster Box Sets, you guys need to do that. And same thing with my buddy at Movie Mass 4K and at The Last Movie Standing. I know a lot of you guys are subscribed to Daniel over at the Cobwebs channel too. Thank you. Yeah, it's been going pretty good. It really slowed down in November, but it's been picking back up a little bit. We are currently at 36,618 subscribers, which is just mind blowing because it's been about 18 months. You know, I think so. If it does, I'll straight up. I can straight up ask Ignite. I mean, they don't give me. They did give me the bobblehead a long time ago as a thank you for my review, but that's before I knew any of them. I can straight up ask them if it's coming. Still in 2026. I'd be very looking forward to that. And you know, maybe from like Red Shirt and stuff like Fright Night 2, I would love Near Dark to come out on 4K. Well, that's the thing. I don't have I won't say I don't have to pay for it, but with like our phones, with our I have a business phone because I do work for my mom's company, her plumbing company, so it comes with this. So I think it's like $4.99 added on, and we can have it on 3 TVs in the house at one time. But like nobody watches it. Like Logan and I will watch Stranger Things, and sometimes my daughter will go to sleep like watching a Christmas movie at Christmas time instead of putting in a DVD. Well, most of the time she'll put in a DVD or a Blu-ray. She doesn't have a 4K player in her room. You have to have a 4K player, yeah. But the 4K player will play Blu-rays and DVDs as well. They're claiming they got it. They're claiming they've got it. We'll see. Oh yeah, now I'm really looking forward to seeing Ready or Not Part 2 at the theater. Um, there'll be some stuff coming out of the theater that I want to see. I actually own a bunch of stock in AMC that's probably worth like about $5 by this point. Yeah, that part of it I don't get into, but because it's not the meaning of the video. But yeah, that had some interesting stuff there. Top 10 Tim Burton movies. Lord. Um, well, Batman is at the top, right? So you got two films there. Big Fish. Mm, Big Fish is close to the top for me. I really liked Big Fish. Sleepy Hollow. Uh, Edward Scissorhands. That'd be my top five. I can't think of 10. I'm not as big of a Nightmare Before Christmas guy as everybody else. Oh, I'll never tell. Hey, Gen X Gen 77. Hello from Texas. She said, man, a lot of y'all live in Texas. Crystal lives in Texas too. So does my brand Brian from the last movie standing. Gen X Gen just recently found the channel, joined on YouTube and everything else. Oh, and sorry if any of my YouTube members are in here. I had to they took a video down of my review of Elsa. They said it was against standards, so that had to take that down. Which is why most of the time my 4K reviews are reserved for Patreon. Oh man, yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I'm a big look. It's setting. Part 1 is setting right over there in my band background. Gremlins is awesome, man. I would like to see that. It's got such a color in it. Hey, the Richards art. It's very like candy coated, neon colored. Hey, Chase, Case Man 123 is coming at us from Albany, New York. Which movie franchise could you watch over and over on loop if forced? Indiana Jones, Rocky, the first original 3 Star Wars, and Back to the Future. I could watch any of those as many times as you needed me to watch them. Absolutely. Anytime I can help. Thank you. I mean, I'm excited to be here doing this. Like, I'm excited about the growth. I'm excited that it might afford me the opportunity to be here more, do it more, and not kill myself trying to do this many videos and all of my other work too. I would love to get it to where I can mainly just do this and make movies and all that. You know what? I bought Red. Well, I just bought Red, or I got Red 1 in my cart for 4K. We had fun with it's silly, but we had fun watching Red 1. And Christmas Vacation really does look good on 4K, and I've seen that movie countless times. Did I see? I want to make sure I catch this. Oh, thank you, Marco. Gifted 5 ABA pop culture memberships. Thank you so much. I love people being brought in. I actually have, before I decided to pop on here tonight. I was finishing up another video upload for my Patreon members and my YouTube channel members on my final Screen Factory haul before they closed down as we knew them. Ilsa's great in 4K. Hey, from down under. Yeah, congrats everybody on new memberships. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am worried about Arrow if this all goes through, because there is zero chance Netflix is going to renew any kind of licensing deal. And everybody else that's trying to get titles for 4K, you basically take anything that Warner Brothers owned off the table. So do you realize how much less there's going to be to go after? Because Warner Brothers is actually amiable to putting stuff out. Disney really isn't. And they got Disney and Fox stuff, and Lucasfilm, and Marvel. They got all that. A $5 super chat. Tess Irish 1201. I don't have my glasses on, y'all, so I'm doing my best over here. Hey, Chase, husband wanted to know where you found that cool custom Back to the Future case to hold the 3 4K steelbooks. That would be my man at Blockbuster Box Sets. He is on YouTube. You can find him here on YouTube. And then from there, you can find all the other information that you need about what he does. Catch you later, Mr. Milquetoast. 25 more. We hadn't made it to 100. I hadn't even looked yet. You can hit Blockbuster Box Sets. He is in here on Instagram. He's in here right now. He's on Instagram too. So if you're on Instagram, you can find him and, ask him directly about some stuff. I don't know. We're quickly running out of studios. So Vinegar Syndrome has a deal for some Paramount and MGM titles. I'm sure there's plenty of those to go around. So you'll have more people trying to dip into more of those. And there's just not that much to go around. Disney has so much stuff locked up. I don't really know where you go. I mean, Sony has all of Columbia, TriStar, all that. I mean, Disney has like what? They also have Hollywood Pictures and crap. What's the other one? That's TriStar that they had? No, it's Hollywood. Disney has Fox, Hollywood Pictures, Buena Vista. What else does Disney have? They got a ton. So you're just really running out of stuff. I will say the Touchstone. Thank you, Nerdy. That's the other one. That's the one my movie, the program, the football movie, is on. Yes, but it is beautiful. It is very beautiful. I don't think Touchstone still exists, but Disney owns all of the titles under it. I did pick up that too. I got both of those. I got Pearl and Maxine. First time watching and commenting, a fellow tuber, but I focus on vintage and modern toys, action figures, dolls, merch. Do you collect any toys that go along with all the movies? Some. I used to collect. Used to have a little bit more stuff. I've got a few NECA figures, but I don't really have a ton. But I do. Every time I see stuff, I want to buy stuff. So, and I am definitely into all vintage toys and everything. Big time. I really want to go back and put together, over time, more of a collection of vintage. I have all the Ninja Turtles stuff. I have tons of G.I. Joe stuff still. I'm interested enough that my wife looked at buying the original G.I. Joe aircraft carrier that came out when I was a kid in the 80s that my brother and I wanted. And then she saw that that thing can go anywhere from $5,000 to $40,000, and she backed off real quick. But I have to check out your channel. And just tell me what your channel is. Blockbuster Box says, I wonder there are a lot of pre-1987 MGM titles that Warner Brothers somehow... Yeah, I don't understand how they own those. That's another thing. If those were to somehow go with it too, that's even more titles that you're losing. I mean, literally, I was talking about it earlier. It's either 25,600 or 15,600, or I'm number dyslexic sometimes in my brain. Titles that Warner Brothers has that could be part of this deal. That is terrifying. Anybody that's a Friends, do you know that Friends still makes like $4 billion a year through sales and syndication? They could literally look at that and say, you know what? We could take a tax write-off and say that, estimate that this could reasonably make over the next 50 years $200 billion, and manipulate the books around and get rid of it forever. There's nothing to stop them. Oh, wow. Yeah, I noticed some of those came back. Yeah, I used to be this one thing that I really want to finish. I collected vintage metal lunchboxes. I loved vintage metal lunchboxes, and I had a massive collection, including the most ever elusive, was it 1954 Adco Superman metal lunchbox. And I sold them all to buy camera equipment and stuff to fund my first movie. I have three or four left. That's it. That breaks my heart. I'd like to rebuild those. Well, Back to the Future is not one that you never have too many Back to the Futures. Jay Street with a $10 super chat says, as a previous MGM title, it's Warner Brothers' own Bolero. I don't know. But thinking about what Blockbuster Box Sets just said, who knows? Yeah, Olivia Diabo's problematic scene. As far as I know, the last time I saw it, maybe that scene wasn't edited out, but it would vanish under Netflix, most likely. Mm-hmm. Thank you, my brother, for the $10 super chat. I did carry Wit. I got the VSR of the Keep. Oh, man, I do enjoy Friends, and that's a nice 4K set they put out. Yeah, I don't understand the Rocky films. That still trips me up. Oh, man, I actually caught up with the chat.
You're by yourself?
So the funny thing is, I will say this is one thing that's different about Disney, and I touched on it earlier because everybody's like, this is, Disney did this. Disney's such a tiny fraction of streaming. And at the time they acquired Fox and everything, I don't even know if Disney Plus was a thing yet. But Disney is also a legacy historic film studio first. And streaming is just a small part of what they do. And they are committed to that theatrical. They're committed to all that stuff. So that it's very different than a content producer streamer first getting all this. It's very different. I still don't like it, but it is different. This is the way. No more attack chats. That's it. Yeah. At some point, the directors, unless they had final cut on a movie, I mean that gets so far downstream, um, and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of these things like Splash, Ron Howard's not going to have any say over Splash anymore. Does he limit you on how many shoes? Just kidding. Um, no, I have a shoe problem myself because when I can't find shoes that fit, and when I do and I like them, I just want to buy them because I got big feet. Ditching streaming for physical media is the way. The one big streaming service that I wholeheartedly recommend is Tubi. Why? Because Tubi still does the old broadcast model. You watch uncut. I've not seen. They even put back the butt squeeze in from the Scream Factory cutout of Riddick because the director, the little butt squeeze at the end. Tubi put it back. It's on there. So like, the reason I recommend Tubi is free. They don't ask you to sign up. It's the old school model. It's as honest as it can get. You watch these commercials and you get it. But the main thing is their quality isn't always that great, but it gives you the opportunity to try so many of these films before you buy. Watching a lot of these will make you want to buy them on physical media so that you can watch them commercial free and in better quality. That's why I recommend. That's why I'm a Tubi fan. Don't encourage his behavior.
Starbucks still open? Is Starbucks still open?
Nice. Yeah, and I think Tubi is saw where everyone else is going wrong, and they're taking the exact opposite approach. I need him to stop watching your stream. Well, I have to get off here in a minute, so that should help you. Oh, top 5 pro wrestlers of all time. Hulk Hogan for me is number 1. Period. The end. And then it gets very tough. Roddy Piper is in my top 5. The Road Warriors are in my top 5. The Legion of Doom, Road Warriors. Ric Flair is in my top 5. And then it gets tough because I want to put like Macho or The Rock, Macho Man, and Stone Cold all got to be close up there. And Andre, for me, it just starts to get so tough. But Hulk Hogan is without question number 1 for me. Nah, I like Shawn Michaels better when he was the Rockers. After my time. I do love Sting. Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair, the Road Warriors, and probably The Rock are my top 5. Goldberg is up there too, but I mean Goldberg didn't have. If we want to talk about just cultural impact, there is nobody that can touch Hulk Hogan, and then The Rock is right after that. As far as like across cultural waves, you could ask anybody who those people were, who those two men are, and they will know. But yeah, Goldberg came in so House of Fire, and I mean he's up there. He's up there for me. He's just not that. Ooh, sounds good. I got those on 4K as well, I think. And I was just looking at that because I need to pick them up.
But you're in your chat, but you have that one.
I have I don't do autographs that much because I've been in the business, and so I don't do autographs that much. But one thing I do have is right over there. You can see it. It's Hulk Hogan dual autograph. That's Hollywood Hulk and the Hulkster. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, hit the like button because I got to get off here in just a minute. Rish is back in there, and she's cooking some food. I'm very much hoping Fright Night 2 will be released. You put hard times on me, Daddy. Hard times. Oh, well, I mean, I'm a bourbon guy. I'm a bourbon guy overall. I'm not overly picky with it. This right here is. Actually, I think this is Makers. I've got Makers and Evan Williams and Booker's and Basil Hayden's. I think that's the only 4 I got over there right now. I actually don't have much ever often, like really. Yo, Gus, what's up? Oh, no. That is the Road Warriors. Oh, what a rush. Thank you for the super chat, Crystal. A $10 super chat. Now, Crystal is double awesome. She is a member of the YouTube channel and the Patreon. I can get a little crazier over there. I can get a little crazier over there on Patreon. It's definitely after dark on Patreon, but I don't have to worry about any community or whatever. Our copyright over there, so I can review stuff and everything better. Man, you're taking video ideas away from me. Top 3 final girls. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis has got to be up there, right? I'd have to really think about that one. As always, be kind, rewind like always. Resident. See, nobody can say that without me thinking about my years of playing the original PlayStation and turning Resident Evil on, and it's saying Resident Evil. Oh, thank you so much, Tess. Says, thank you for your concern and standing up for the generations of moviegoers and lovers, especially the preservation and continued tradition of the movie theater and home media. Thanks, and grabbing Angel's Envy. That is the empty bottle that went out a few months ago. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Cheers to that. Thank you. Oh, me and Tyler Main, who plays, he starred in my movie, Bring Me a Dream, but he was Michael Myers for Rob Zombie and Sabretooth in the original X-Men movies. But he and I at his house and my friend Edward killed an entire, John, I think you remember if John Schneider was there. I think John Schneider was there because it's when we were filming their movie. But it was just us with the bourbon, and we killed a bottle of Angel's Envy this big, like the big bottle, and his bottle of Gentleman Jack. And I had to carry his neighbor home. Like, pick a grown man up and carry his neighbor home. There are some actors that I find underrated. I will probably do that list, but Keith David is one of them. He's an underrated actor to me. Jensen Ackles is a very underrated actor. I think Tom Welling's an underrated actor when you're going with TV with those guys. I think Michael Rosenbaum is the best portrayal of Lex Luthor ever. But like when I talk about my underrated actors, I will go to um, movies mostly. There is another actor. He plays in Jason Goes to Hell. His name is Richard Gant, and he plays George Washington Duke in Rocky Five. Basically, the only in America, knockoff. And I think that guy's just a great actor. But there's a bunch. I will definitely do that list coming. I honestly think Bill Paxton went underrated for most of his career. Did you? There you go. This is the way. That's it. Collect them all. Best black and white Christmas films. Well, I'm about to do that big retrospective and essay on It's a Wonderful Life. This is just it is one of my favorite films, and I think one of the best films of all time. In January, going into January, I'll have a very controversial video because I'm going to do a video of the 25 perfect films. They're 25 most perfect films of all time. He's some kind of a Bubba Hotel. Chase. Underappreciated is probably more like it for Lone Soldier. 9 more likes to get to 100. We've had almost 200 people in here all night. We haven't got to 100 likes yet. I know people. I think it's like 79 or 80. It bounced between like high 70s, low 80s percentage of my watchers watch on TV. And so I think that affects likes and comments sometimes because it's much harder to like and comment on your TV. There was another actor who's driving me nuts because I had another actor at the top of my mind about underrated actors I was thinking of not that long ago. I mentioned him to Risha. I'm like, nobody talks, and I can't think of who it is off the top of my head, which is why he's underrated. Oh, Sam. John Doe is drinking a strong chocolate shake. You are too kind, and yes, you can. Yes, you can DM me, or send me on Instagram. I am easy to find on Instagram, and you can just message me directly, or you can email me at avawithchase@gmail. But you can also just message me on. I'll share it right here. I am at ABA Pop Culture on Instagram, so you can find me on there. Can't see the line, can you, Russ? That's a very provocative screen grab that it put there. That was my latest haul. If you got an Instagram and you haven't followed me, follow me over there. I like to post pictures. I like to take pictures, so I like to post them. But yeah, I'm at ABA Pop Culture. You can just DM me over there. Chase, I haven't watched it yet. I have not watched it yet. I got a pile of stuff over there. It is over here, though. I don't know if you can see it. There is a pile over there on my speaker and beside my 4K player of the to watch stuff. stuff. But I'm having to squeeze stuff in because I'm very much it's Christmas movie, so it's Christmas movies, Christmas horror movies, Christmas TV shows, Christmas adjacent films during this time of year. Yo, what's up, 77 Rockets? I will pull this off of here. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking forward to watching it, man. I just haven't had a chance, and I really appreciate it. I just haven't had a chance to squeeze into it yet. Me and my son are going to watch Violent Night 4K. I hadn't watched it since I got the 4K. And he and I saw that at the theater 3 times. We enjoyed the hell out of it. Doing good, man. Doing good. We were in a back and forth battle with our subscribers over there, and then you just hit this like, and took off over there. Our season ended a few weeks ago. We didn't make the playoffs. So, but he had a good season. He had a good season. Anytime you're a freshman and you get on varsity and to play as a freshman, you've done well, especially on the line of scrimmage.
Especially in Georgia.
And in Georgia and Gwinnett County is about as competitive as it can get. We liked Red One. We all had fun watching Red One. I know it's cheesy and everything else, but we had fun. We had fun. We liked it. We had a good time with it. My son in there heard us talking about his football season. Yes, I got the 4K from Kino Lorber. It's a good Christmas adjacent. You might see that on my Christmas adjacent films list, or quasi Christmas films. Thank you, Becca. I don't know why. Like, some things have been slower lately. Yeah, that can definitely happen. Like right now, I'm trying to get I'm trying to get these few finished and get a couple more and kind of get ahead and take a little bit of downtime. Yeah, they got it clear. They got it cleared up, and they were back in last night or on Friday night and won. So they're in the state title, and they're because we have like 7A, 6A, 5. It goes all the way down. They're Gainesville is in ours, which is one right under the highest classification. It just goes by attendance, so by like student enrollment. So they're in the 6A state title, and then against forget who they're playing, Rome, Georgia, I think, and then Buford, who my son used to play for, is in the top level state championship game against Carrollton. And Carrollton is the number 1 high school team in the entire country. And Buford and Gainesville are also in the top. I'll tell you how competitive our division was. In our just division of 7 teams, 3 of them were nationally ranked in the top 15. It's tough. Dude, so I just got F1. I blind bought it on 4K and I haven't watched it yet. So I can't recommend, but I love that director. I love what he did with Top Gun Maverick. So, and that movie actually made more money at the box office than Superman did. Yeah, it's super tough division, man. Like it's super tough. Oh, Rush Prost, man. He's something. He's been all over Bama and Georgia and multiple families to do it, from what I hear. Hubby just asked, what's some of the hardest actor-director passings you've grieved? Well, Hulk Hogan hit me very hard. John Candy when I was younger. Robin Williams, big time. Jimmy Buffett, but I mean, he's not an actor director, but Jimmy Buffett. I'm a big Jimmy Buffett fan, and that got me. But I will just tell you right now, when it's finally time for Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford, well, I will be hard to console. I will be hard to console.
Wait.
Yeah, Bruce Willis will be tough too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. And with the Atmos and everything. Oh, so I got with Black Friday, I got my new receiver, my Onkyo RZ50, my big receiver. So I'm gonna hook that to my surround sound. We had so much fun with Red One. I definitely got to get the 4K. Yeah, I liked that Christmas. I like them working the lore into it. Like, I'll tell you the moment it hooked all of us when they're in there and they're questioning, and here comes the headless horseman that they've gotten. Because I love the fact that it doesn't question whether or not magic is real. It assumes that it is, and it assumes that you assume it is. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I'm afraid of that too, Chase. Those Schwarzenegger and Stallone and Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg have meant so much to me personally. The same as Hulk Hogan, for people that you have never met in your life, from a little kid, from a kid from rural Georgia, like that wanted to be in movies and work out and do all these great things and all this kind of stuff. You cannot, I will not be any kind of good situation when that happens. I can promise you. Clint Eastwood will be the end of the cowboy era. Anthony Hopkins, it'll all be tough. Dude, I love it. I appreciate that. I got them on I made all these, right? So they're on my store online. Which I had pulled up, but I don't know where it's at now. My fourth wall store. I think the link is down there. So, but yeah, I'm actually gonna get because I have to buy my own stuff from here too, from my pop culture shop. Um, they just give me a discount. I haven't even had time. I made Christmas designs, y'all, and I hadn't even had time to get them up there. I did a Hulk Hogan one. And all these start from my drawings or paintings first. Anything that's on there. These are actually the same movie shirts we wore in Dark Roads right there. I don't know where the hat is. It's on here somewhere. There they are. I may get on there and see if I can do another color of those too. And then I'm going to order myself one of the dad hats, as they call them, the classic hats. But I'm gonna try to add some more designs on here. But it's everything is time consuming, very very time consuming to make. But I love my hat. I do love my hat. It's just right. It's almost too much of a crown for me, but it's cross it. It's just right on that line. This was obviously inspired by if you've seen Drive. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that inspired me for that. I really dug that movie. But yeah, just cool stuff. But I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm a hat guy. You know, I got to protect the chrome dome. But even when I had a ton of hair, I still wore a hat all the time. Do I owe you a Deadwick T-shirt? If I owe you something, you gotta let me know. Because if it gets out of my brain and I don't hear from you, I'll forget. Yeah, man, and I enjoy making the designs for it, but again, there's just so many. There's only so many hours in the day. You know what? I actually am going to keep my. I've got two copies of that. One of them's unopened. I'll probably sell one. Yes, I do have an Ilsa designed shirt coming. I do have an Ilsa designed shirt coming. Oh yeah, I'll definitely have to get the um I mean that both of them do solid work from what I've seen. I haven't seen anything. Matter of fact, the Ghoulies from 4K from MVD is really dang good. But 88 Films had a great release of From Beyond. I haven't had 88 Films had great release of American Pie. I got no problem with anything that either one of them two have done. But just like I probably will get the MVD just because I know they're putting out like 4 Van Damme movies. Maybe 88 Films will do them all. I'd have to ask my man Brian at Last Movie Standing. He might be more in tune with that. But I want them to all be matching. Damn, my Hammer Girl on that one sold out. Dang, must be that color sold out. Or they're just out of those hoodies right now. I think they're just out of those hoodies right now. I was fortunate. This is the one I ordered from Arrow. Mine showed up in perfect condition. The other one I ordered from Orbit. The standard I ordered from Orbit. This I ordered from Arrow because you had to. But I was fortunate. It showed up in great condition. I'm not even bothering to open this one. They're the exact same other than the artwork. So for right now, I'm not opening it. The link to my stuff, it should be, if it's not in the description, I need to put it down here, but I'm going to put it right here. This is the link to my merch. The Maryland one is one I love to wear that one when I'm either doing like 80s comedies or action movies or stuff. Same with the 80s. Or the Playboy one. That's actually a painting. That's a version of a painting that I have in my house that I did. Thank you, Tess. Thank you. All right, it is 9:30, and I need to get my behind off here and do some other things, and actually maybe try to relax for a few minutes. That's such a concept. That is such a concept. I saw that, Samurai. I saw that. But thank you all so much for being here. There's still 124 of us in here. There's more people coming in, but I thank you all. So yeah, relax. What's that, man? I hear you. I hear you. That's how I feel lately. It's 9:30, and in my brain right now, I'm thinking I could edit some more movie or videos. And then the other part of my brain's like, why don't you just sit over there and watch a couple movies and relax? So I think I'm finally going to just do that for once. So thank you all so much for being here. fingers crossed that the Netflix thing doesn't go through. I just fingers crossed it doesn't go through. Made it to 108 likes. That's pretty good, I guess. We had a bunch of people in here, around 200 people, 170, 80 people most of the night for a surprise live. That's pretty good. I may do another live on Tuesday. Thank you so much, Tess. Thank you and your husband. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Like, the way this channel is growing and everything means a lot. And I push real hard. I push myself real hard to try to get the stuff out there because I want it to grow. I'm gonna be honest, since we've been on here, we picked up 11 subscribers during this live stream alone. So you can't really knock that. I guess we're about 36,630. But I cannot sell the Roadhouse VSU. I can't. I got to have 2 copies of each, one for me and one for my dad, to hang on to for a backup there. And I'll just have to hold on to that one for him. But thank you all so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday evening. And be a video coming tomorrow. I hope the He-Man movie is better too. There'll be a video coming tomorrow, maybe a live on Tuesday again and no video. Big videos coming though after that for the rest of the week and the weekend. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and ladies, of course. Guys is just the universal term. And as always, be kind, rewind. And I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.